On the battlefield and in his own head, Big Boss is a man of conflict. He is constantly trapped within his own thoughts and under the oppressive will of others. He's a snake, slithering through the confusing muck of a life at war. Behind the pseudonym Big Boss lies a soldier named Naked Snake, and behind that still lies a man named Jack. And behind that, a man named John, but only because he liked the name Jack better than John. That last sentence has no symbolic meaning. I thought I'd make that clear. But make no mistake, any story spanning the life of a man this complex across the turbulent decades of over 8 Metal Gear titles is riddled with beautiful details. Even symbolism. Big Boss, Naked Snake, Jack, or John, whatever you want to call him, is currently a soldier locked into the whim of politicians. A tool of wars and power games fought between the super elite. Such an existence can take its toll on a person. It can leave them empty, cruel, and piratey. Somewhere within this tool of war lies a man with desires, crushed beneath the will of governments. Perhaps in Big Boss's story, we'll find his true personality, his overarching life goal, and of course the story you never knew. Our anti-hero's youngest self is shown to us in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater as a partially naive soldier being deployed in the USSR in 1964, right in the midst of the Cold War. As he's about to make a historic halo jump, Jack smokes a cigar nonchalantly. All cool-like. He's told to put it out. He ignores that order and continues token because he's a goddamn rebel. Finally, his Commander Zero tells him to quit his display of badassery and prepare for his jump. Snake throws down his cigar reluctantly, walking towards the airlock as his smoke rolls in front of him, only to roll back as the airlock opens. Snake crushes it under his foot and takes the leap of faith. Once on the ground, he's prompted over the radio by his support team, the Fox Unit. Among them is Zero and his former mentor, the Boss, also known as the Joy, also known as the Mother of Special Forces, also known as Voyevoda, also known as Mercury Lady. Why do these people have so many names? She tells Snake of the tragedy of being a soldier, how nothing matters but the mission, and that emotions are not only useless, but will even get you killed. For example,
having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Snake thinks heavily over the words of his former mentor, perhaps lacking a full understanding of what they mean and their implication. With that, he continues his mission. What the hell was that? I don't, alright. Alas, the young soldier is soon halted by none other than the Boss, a trusted friend and mentor he admires so much. The Boss gives 2 miniature nukes to this guy, a Russian terrorist, and then throws Snake from a bridge. Was that to kill Snake, or to save his life from Russian terrorist guy? You're strange, Boss Lady. You may be a little confused at this point, so allow me to fill you in. The Boss, a trusted longtime mentor of Naked Snake, has defected to a Russian terrorist group for reasons unknown. This figure, who Snake greatly respects, throws him towards near death. She's betrayed her loyalty to both her country and our protagonist. To make matters worse, terrorist guy launches one of his gifts from the Boss, an American-made nuke, at a Russian military base to frame America for it. And so, to prove America's innocence, LBJ orders the assassination of the Boss, who now is thought of as a traitor to both sides. Once recovered, the young mercenary meets Eva, who single-handedly kills a squad of men surrounding Snake, then seductively unzips her jumpsuit. Smooth, Snake. Very smooth. After they get acquainted, they aim to carry out Naked Snake's orders, encountering Major Kitty Cat yet again in a showdown that apparently warrants some twirling. That's kinda cool, I guess. Pretty talented guy. He's still going. He sure likes to do that. Is he gonna stop? Nope. Please stop. This has nothing to do with shooting. Is this supposed to be intimidating? First the meowing and now this? Oh, he's done. God damn it, is this a Family Guy joke? I swear, we didn't even edit this. I think I've just accepted it now. I need to lie down. Well, when the cat stops twirling, him and the snake get to fighting. Finally, they're soon interrupted by a swarm of hornets, which I sadly don't have time to explain. Sometime after the bees, Snake gets captured and loses his eye. Towards the end of the game, Naked Snake finally encounters the boss, emotionally unsure if he can end his beloved mentor's life. She tells Snake everything, what he means to her, about her past, how the US government betrayed her, and most importantly, that whoever wins this battle shall inherit the name of Boss and be destined for an existence of endless battle. In a duel to the death amidst a field of flowers, Snake delivers a series of crippling blows, throwing the boss to the ground. He pulls out a gun, points it downwards, and ends her. Later, Snake is at the White House, being honored for his bravery by the president and military officials. At that moment, President Johnson awards Snake the title of Big Boss as the crowd claps proudly. Snake ignores the congratulatory gestures, still reeling from his killing of the boss and the audacity of being granted a title higher than her. He walks to her grave, lays down flowers and her gun, then the credits roll. Snake has trouble coming to terms with the boss's words coming true. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield, and politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. He deeply respected the Joy, living by her standards and ideologies as best he could, yet at the end of the day, politics determined she must die at Snake's hands. And she likely won't be the last. Voyevoda accepted death because she knew it was the only thing that could keep peace between America and the USSR. Voyevoda's death wasn't only hard on Snake, for Eva was also close to the boss, and in a recording she left for our protagonist, Eva says, "The boss wanted to live on in your memory, not as a soldier, but as a woman." That is, she wanted to be remembered not as a tool of governments, but rather as a person who sacrificed her life to keep peace. Boss, of course, did this so that her ideologies could carry on and eventually create the world she always wanted. A world without borders, where soldiers are free to choose their own will. These words are powerful, but ambiguous, and such ambiguity left to influential people like Zero, Snake, and others could prove a dangerous justification for any level of greed. Will those in the future interpret the boss's will to rationalize their own selfish desires? Well, there's at least 8 games left in the timeline, so nah, couldn't be. Although a benevolent character, the boss unwittingly encrypted her legacy in unclear words, for it is merely a collection of thoughts scattered across many encounters with those closest to her, including Naked Snake, Eva, and Zero. Before she died, the boss could have easily told Snake exactly what she wanted her legacy to be, but her lack of clarity implies not even Voyevoda knew the answer. The world in 1964 was a complex field of politics, constantly on the verge of nuclear war. The Joy lived her career in the midst of that. Perhaps even she lacked the clarity to form a cohesive thought on how to solve this dangerous arena of politics. And so, all she could leave behind were a complicated set of musings woefully open to interpretation. We'll shelve that confusing topic for now, and instead, what of Snake's cigar? He smokes it throughout, at the beginning, at the end. Is it meaningless? Is it symbolism? Is it a blatant disregard for the Surgeon General's stark warnings? We'll head forward to find out, to the distant future, to the faraway year of 1970. And that's the story you never knew. Well, sort of. Like half of it. Big Boss is a complicated character, so this bad boy is gonna take 2 videos, which is a new thing for us. So check out the awesome conclusion next week. Man, this is like our shortest video. Good job, us. Or is it our longest video because it's in 2 parts? I think Gordon Freeman was still longer. Yeah, it was. Oh, hello there. you guys should check out that one. Maybe that one. They're good videos. I'm a little bit biased, of course, but I'm also hungry. You guys should lick my tummy, feed me some subscribers. You know, just a little bit of food, you know, goes a long way. And also, you can click my face next week in order to see part 2 of Big Boss. And don't forget the food.